good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How everyone doing? Mitch is here, you can see. Ralph, how you doing? Logan,
Good morning.
Jamie, I'm imagining. Hello.
I'm typing my last. I made a
Typing.
typo. I spelled
Tommy J,
Ralph's.
what's up? Jay Easy, Ralph, how are you, brother? Glad you could make it. I think that's all that's here, unless somebody else popped in. Daniel, how you doing? Cool. All right. I think I
Hey,
caught
Daniel.
everybody. If I
Ralph,
didn't,
hey,
I'll
Tommy.
catch up with you. And
Oh,
anyway,
that's
and then
hot coffee.
Brock might stop by too. I sent him a link, and then after we get going here and talking about whatever we're going to talk about, no, they can't see me. Um, we'll I'll put the link in there in case anybody else wants to come on because I think I'll start doing that
I
again.
got
I think
my
it was I'm
GottoLove
fixing my
Thailand
beard.
shirt on. Can't
I should
really
have
see
worn
it.
mine.
Yeah, but you guys know what it looks like.
Mitch is a good supporter. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna, fall asleep until you need me.
Yeah, I think I'm caught up on everything. We'll see how long the I don't know. This thing sounds okay. I guess it must sound
Yeah, I
all
hope
right.
mine sounds okay because I'm using a
Yeah, that sounds good.
$2 set of my headphones.
This is the most expensive mic that I've bought so far, but and I don't think it sounds the same as my other one, that cheap one. But I like the way the retro look of it. That's sad, isn't it? Sad that I like the way it looks. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
your
caught up.
your picture looks really clear. Mine's still getting a little fuzzy around the top of my head. That's
We
okay.
got our shirts today. I think Jake Mail. Yeah, he did. David. Yes. Wow, that was quick. Cool. They fit. I don't
Boy,
know what
there's
size I ended up setting.
been a lot of
Logan.
travel in the United States, man.
I know Tommy J got.
Bobby and going over to
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people sending things and dropping off. Daz was all over the flipping place.
Yeah, he
He,
said he didn't look. I watched Chuck's this morning, and he's I guess been kind of sickly
oh yeah,
or not
yeah.
feeling well. But I know that Tommy J got his because Bobby and Jai was driving through, and then Bobby and
Yeah.
Jai wanted me to hook him up with
Andrew,
um
hello.
hey Andrew,
Yeah,
what's up, brother? With God, how come my mind's gone? Aaron, because I
because we're
guess
getting
Aaron's in
old.
Texas too, but I don't know if they got together or not. Cool. So they fit or no,
I'm fuzzy.
Logan?
I'm fuzzy.
You're fuzzy. Who said that? Because Mitch is fuzzy.
Ralph, that's because you're fuzzy.
Um,
If
yeah,
I was
so good.
on,
I'm glad. I hope they
I'll
fit.
keep it clean. I'll
I
keep
think
it clean.
we guessed on both Logan and Jamie's size. So,
When you tilt
and I
the
still
phone,
have
it's
to get some
clear.
out. When you tilt the phone, when I
Tilt the
tilt,
phone. Come on.
Mitch is clear. When I tilt the phone.
Let me pull out my magic bottle.
Ah, okay.
Look at that.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like that. So the green screen covers it.
Yeah, it's my green Take,
Green bottle.
however you pronounce it.
But
My daughter bought me one of these a few years ago, and I love them so much. I bought a couple more, and I actually ordered extra O-rings in anticipation for being here. Back in 3 weeks, huh? I'll tell you what, it's hot up here. It's been unseasonably hot. We've had rain
let's see what it is here.
twice in the past week. Just heavy downpour right before dark, and some cool. I got a couple cool shots of some lightning hitting the tower, a couple of clicks from here. But it's still, man. I sweat my ass off when I go outside.
That's what they're calling for here. 40, 40, 40, 41, 42, 42, 41, 41, 39, I think. For the next
What
week.
app do you use
I use
for
my
that?
locations in the I think it's I don't know, it's on my Apple. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
To
Apple.
tell you the truth.
I eat apples, but I don't use them.
It's 34 now, it's supposed to be 40. That's normal. Let's see what my other big thing that I do on on here to give everybody all my gold is up 41,610 a bot and 36.9, which I'm imagining if you 985. So I'm imagining if you use Weiss, you're in the 37s. Somebody can hit up and let me know what you got, but I'm definitely going to move some money today or tomorrow. Just me. Let's see. I normally wear XL. Probably could have gone 3X. I'll wear it under my motorcycle jacket. Just another reason to feel healthier. Hey, traveler, how you doing? Hope you're well.
Traveler, hello. Yeah, supposed to hit 38 here today.
Yeah, man. I
38
don't.
and 39 at about 4 p.m. So it's warm.
Oh, okay. I'm all.
I
Probably
had
could. What did I give you? 2XL, Logan? I think, or no? And I must have, because that one thing said that it was.
hello, Nicole.
How are you?
Long time no speak 'em or see 'em.
Well, 13 people here. Hello, everyone.
Justin, hello.
What's up, Justin? What was I going to say? Oh, just I still haven't got. I got the pizza oven still sitting here, right here, in its black case, travel case. I've got to get that out, and I'm hoping. Thought I was going to have to take my wife. I didn't need to change it till 9, but ended up me and Mitch were wrapping and anyway. So, but the oldest is with the mother-in-law and all the people that went with us to Ko Chang, the two grandkids and my aunt and the uncle that stayed here, cousin that stayed here watching the Serin house, and she just left to drop my wife off at work, come back, get them, and head to Ubon. So I'm imagining they're going to stay probably in Ubon tonight. He did put a battery, and he's the one that did that wave that I had redone. He has the scooter shop. So he did a little bit of work on some of the stuff here. The Himalaya I'm selling. I think I told you guys that. Less pizza, more salad.
Let me go to
The shirts are for okay, cool. My lost his line. I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Nicole? That he can't contact Mitch. Might be a good thing. Hope you're well. I still haven't got a chance to meet you guys yet. Looking forward to it. I'm a Mexican food fanatic, so I don't get crap here in Serin. So hopefully I'll make it your
I'm
guys' way.
surprised. I'm surprised you haven't. Let me see. Holy crap! I don't even have. I'm looking in the old island group. I don't even have it in there. So we'll figure it out. We can. I'm talking to Nicole about the line.
I think she will. I pop this up here so they know who you're talking to.
Yeah, we can.
Hey, Mark, what's up? I'm gonna put the link in. We're gonna, if you want to come on, I can put that up too.
Oh,
Yeah. I did it in Costa Rica, so I could probably do it, but I don't want to work anymore. I didn't want to do it in Costa Rica, but I did. Ah, did you got the shirt? Did Bobby ever get a hold of you? You're under your old name now.
hey
You got
Mark,
the shirt?
how you
I hope
doing?
they fit. I
I
hope they
missed a
fit.
lot here. Mark, I saw
Yeah,
Mark.
I'm gonna
Who
put
else I
Mark.
saw?
I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna put the
James,
invite.
hello.
I'm gonna put the
Thailand
the
24/7. How you been?
in case anybody wants to come in.
I got sidetracked. I haven't
Did
been
they
on.
fit?
I haven't been on any live streams in a long time. I was on I forget when. Right after I got back from the States, I was on a Sunday night. Nick's bar, NDTBI. Hey,
I
Craig.
gotta put Craig. Yeah. Hey, brothers living large on the Thai farm. Did you hurt yourself, Dave? It's a good Good to catch you live. Good. Most times I do thumbs up and watch. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys.
Hey, Andy.
I know Joe wants to me to come too. So when I do, it'll probably be after, obviously, when he gets back. But he wants. Ever since I did the interview, I've been threatening, and him and Gift both wanted to meet my wife. So hopefully we'll make a trip there. It's just so hard. Um, like I said, I'm different than most all the YouTubers because everybody's retired or their Thai significant others are wide open and can go anytime they want to. My wife works, so it's a little bit tougher for me, but I will make it. And yeah, one day you're right. And don't kid yourself. I will be expecting Mexican. I shouldn't be expecting anything, but everything I see you guys make is looks good to me. I'm just a fanatic. Everybody says, "But you're Italian." Yeah, my uncles had Italian restaurants, and I mean, our typical meals for anything. Christmas was always
Hey,
lasagna, but
Johnny.
there was turkey. But got it. Did Johnny come in? Hey, Johnny. But anyway, we will definitely. I'll be there sooner or later. I'm hoping to get him to do a motorcycle thing here. I don't know if Mitch would go on one. I think, but now you're way the hell away from everything. He's up in the middle of nowhere now, like I am. But I'd like to. I know that T has voiced wanting to do it. I'm sure that Mitch would go. Chuck, I don't think Chuck is into it. He liked it. He loved the trip and everything, but he didn't feel comfortable. And I don't think anybody should ride if they don't feel comfortable. So hopefully, maybe who else would probably go? I don't know. Chuck might go in a truck. Who knows? It was fun though. I'm looking forward to it again. I don't know if Mitch is. You could probably do it on your scooter you got now. Probably be a little bit easier on a 350, but
Yeah. I really feel the need for a bigger bike.
yeah. And there, I'm telling you, I was thinking about it the other day, talking about. Forget who I was talking about. Because I'm talking about getting rid of the Himalaya, and I bought that little MSX, the Grom or whatever, that little 125. I've got the stuff to fix that up. I got the 125. I've got the Forza. I've got the 750 Honda Shadow. So I'm going to get rid of the Himalaya, but my wife thinks I'm not getting anything, but you never know. There's Mark. We'll say hello to Mark. Hey, brother.
Good
How are you?
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Sorry
Mark,
for
good
the
to
way I
see you.
looked at a late night last night.
Yeah, that's your typical attire from what I remember. In the old days, you used to wear the no shirt or tank top for sure.
Yeah, I want to be truck driver, Dave. I want to be truck driver. So
A shirt a little over.
hey, Andy, Mitch, you're looking good, man.
Checks in the mail, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, traveler. Our 45th wedding anniversary. Wow.
Hey, Jack.
Hope you had
45.
fun.
Wow.
Hope you had a good time. Congratulations.
Here's what
Can
I'm
you
gonna do.
fly BKK to Houlihan for
Johnny,
the day?
g'day.
Be back before
I'm going to take a screenshot on my phone. Bingo. Okay. Now I'm going to go
Jack,
back
how you doing?
over to here.
So I'll say my
And
17
I'm
December.
going to add a picture
Yeah, wife beat a t-shirt, mate. Singlet.
and let me know if. Okay, Nicole, I sent you on Messenger my QR code for my line.
I was going to send you
Yeah.
guys the.
Customs would be a hell of a lot for sure.
Can I do that? Saved. Can I send this picture? I don't know if I can or not. I'm horrible.
Yeah. So then share that with Mike, and then we'll be good to go.
Ralph says he'll sell you a 1700 he's got, Mitch.
Yeah.
I think the way to go, to tell you the truth, because James rode that 300, which
Yes,
was
Tom.
basically the same style, same everything. It was right before they made the 350, the same height, the same length of the chassis or the frame, everything that they did was together. I think those are the bargains of the day. You can get a 350 now, I think, all set up, ready to go. And I'm talking about a Forza for 130, 135,000. I don't know, but they're cheap. Bike of choice, man. And I never thought I'd say that in my entire life. But out on the road, the cost for the actual Forza and the riding and everything that's got, it's just it meets every or checks every little box. I think they're freaking awesome.
I think I
Harley
was on
Davidson.
that bike I rented from, I think it was Steve.
That was a 300, but the
That
old
was
style
300.
The
Yeah.
300 I'm
Oh,
talking about is the one that James was on, because that's the same. I think that because you never did get a chance to ride mine, but that
right.
that change in the frame and the height and the ride and everything on it, I think the 350.
Nobody
But I
wanted
think
to
you
let
can
me ride their bike after I tipped mine over at the dam.
get that don't matter to me. They
Jay, I've got to say, I'm sure you guys, Mitch and Dave, I think this is the hottest April that I've had in Thailand in many, many years. It just seems to be that extra few degrees. Normally we get, 30, 35 maybe, but, I had to drive up to Bangkok yesterday and back, and the car was telling me 42, 43 outside, and it has been warm. It's been very, very warm here, but
Yeah.
I'd rather be cooking in Thailand than cooking in Australia. I tell you that.
I hear you.
I agree with that.
Ron John, hello.
Ron John.
Yeah.
Hey brother, how are you?
Yeah, unseasonably hot.
They're expensive,
Yesterday,
Johnny. Expensive bikes here. Anyway,
yesterday was a scorcher.
yeah, well, I showed you that deal on here. It shows pretty much 40 for today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 41, Friday and Saturday and Sunday 42, and Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday 41. So, and I've seen it here 43, 44.
Yeah.
That's just no, but
We,
it's a perfect temperature in here. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's 200 bars in Surin right over the hill there that are all air conditioned and sitting right at 72 degrees.
The thing about in Melbourne or in the southern part of Australia, if it hits 40 degrees or 38 degrees, it's such a dry heat. 38 is 38.
Right.
You hear it hits 38, and
it's
it
like
says
42, 43.
feels like 147 degrees because there's so much humidity in the air. So that's the actual number doesn't bother me, but when you step outside, and then it goes, oh yeah, no, that's way hotter. So,
Yeah, but I was watching something on one of another channel, and they were talking about how people. I think it was Les's deal. Somebody was saying in there, the people that turn their air conditioners on all the time, they're never going to acclimate to Thailand. They're doing themselves a bullshit. I'll tell you what. I can go out right now, and it's really weird. When I got here, 75 degrees, 78 degrees, I'm sweating like a pig. Okay, almost 6 years ago. Right now, I can go out in 95-degree weather, depending on the humidity, but a decent deal. And as long as there's just the tiniest of breeze, I'm still not sweating. So you do acclimate. Don't be miserable and listen to people and go, I better not turn my air conditioner on because it's going to cost me 1,000 baht. Well, I paid 12,000 baht electric bills, and I'd pay them again. I ain't turning my air conditioner on. I ain't giving it a chance. No way.
It comes down to your personal preference. I mean, there's some nights that we'll sit down and we might have the air conditioner on downstairs. We sleep with the air conditioner on every day, but we're upstairs. Yeah. It gets a little bit hotter in a 2-story house, but of a night time, it's set at 25, 26 degrees, and we'll sleep with that all night. But if we're downstairs, 50-50 in April at the moment, whether it's on or it's off. But last night we spent nearly the whole evening out. We bought ourselves a new outdoor table with mugata, so we had our own.
I saw that. I saw that.
So we spent the whole night outside. But I have a fan. I have an outside fan that just circulates the air, and that's all. Like you said, that's your point, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a little bit of a breeze and you can handle the,
and I can do it. But if I'm here at home and I'm inside, 99.999% of the time, I've got the air conditioner on. Whether it's upstairs, downstairs, I don't go upstairs. I haven't been upstairs in this house in Surin in over a year.
Hello, Robbie.
I have no reason. The kids' bedrooms are up there. I haven't even, when they did, and I still haven't done the video on the awesome freaking cabinetry work that the man did that did my kitchen in our bedroom that my wife and him designed. Gorgeous. They built up when you come up to the top of the stairs. There's a big entryway, and it's probably 6-8 feet deep, and it's probably 12 feet wide. And my wife wanted to put an inside Buddha room. So she wanted to put a whole section in there to put pictures of my wife that passed away. Yeah. But she wanted to do that. I said, no way. That Buddha thing's been up there for 6 months now, 4 months now. I still haven't seen it. I seen it when it was downstairs, when he carried the stuff upstairs to put it in. I have no reason to go up there. But air conditioning, but like I said, it's bizarre. And I don't know if it, like even inside though too, Mark, when I first got here, 18, 19, 20 tops, 20 on my air conditioner. Now 25, 26 is very comfortable. Yeah, that's right. No.
So the people say that you haven't acclimatized. Well, that's a whole lot of hog shit, isn't it? Because
I think so.
5 years ago, 18 degrees. Now it's
correct,
you're comfortable at 25, 26.
Yeah. Hey, Robbie, how you doing?
Robbie?
We're at 40 these days. A farm far away from somebody.
Yeah, 24 sounds good, Craig. 24 sounds good. Man, that's
the thing I like about Surin is that November, December, January, February, 14 degrees in the morning, 12 degrees. First time when we went to Koh Chang, when I went with Maui and Bobby and all them, how long ago was that? 3 months ago? For the first time, 4 years ago, when I got the Forza, my wife bought me a hoodie. First time I put it on. 4 years later, that morning at 5 o'clock, I went and I wore it all the way to the ferry in Tarat. But I like it. That is my time of year. You give me November, December, and January in Surin, and Chuck gets it even a little bit cooler. He'll be 11 degrees when we're 12 or 13 degrees.
Yeah, one of the trips up here, we had 13.
Yeah, that's awesome weather. That's me, T-shirt or no on the bike. I'm in heaven. But you get up here, I'll tell you the truth that it's I'm an old bastard. Even when like when me and Mitch were on there, Mitch is going, I don't know, I said we're just going to hang out in the back. We know where they're going. We'll get there when we want to get there. But I think it's absolutely stupid. An hour is a max for me. I've got to stop, have a bottle of water, get one of those wipes from 7-Eleven, cool the neck down. Yeah, and get back on.
If you have to.
And anybody that says, I can go 8 hours, no problem, that's bullshit. I went 12 hours and my ass was on fire for 3 days when I came from Joe's. But I love to ride, and I'll ride until I can no longer hang on.
Yeah, you were hell-bent for election on that day. Jeez Louise. My phone was ringing off the hook. Didn't know I was going, where's Dave? I said, I split off at such and such, and I haven't seen him. I said, he's fine. He'll get home.
Yeah, it's like I said, the room I put, or that deal that I put on the top here, has a fan, has the lights, has a big table. You can sit up there, overlook the koi pond and the pool, and my property's like this big, but my wife is crammed. We have crammed everything that you could possibly cram into the back of this. Ann,
Yeah,
how you
look,
doing?
we've
Hello,
done
Ann.
the same. And now that our garden is quite established, it really does act as a nice big cooling. It's a lot cooler now that we've got the frangipanis over the top. We've got palm trees and all sorts of bloody things growing all over the
Makes
place.
a difference.
Yeah,
And it
huge
makes
difference.
a bit of a difference. That way is I've got to work out, because I'm in the northern hemisphere. I think anyway, the sun sets that way, right, which is over the carport, and then down the side of our house where we've got our little entertainment area. But now with the big frangipanis, it blocks out a lot of that afternoon sun. It still gets hot out there. I'm not saying you can go out there and.
I have a Camelback, Ralph. I bought it before I came here, and I have yet to use it. I just stuff a couple bottles in my backpack or in my box on the bike. And
everybody that I see, Logan, that's building houses is exactly the way that I would have built the house if we had land. I built the house in Ubon more Thai style because it's for them, I wanted it as big as I could build it, as cheap as I could build it. And, for $75,000 US, that house is phenomenal. But what Kenny's building and what Tim built, kind of a nice 2-bedroom, kitchen, that would have been perfect, because my knees are so bad I don't need to go upstairs. And but the kid here, we had if we wanted anything more than 1,000 square feet, we needed to go up. So I didn't have a choice. But I would have always built a sprawling.
Well, I want to see all these houses. I want to see all of them. Still have yet to get to Surin.
Yeah, he hasn't seen this. This house is I feel at home here. It's tight.
Yeah, but you said
I got
your
my
lot
little
there
pool.
is small.
It's tiny.
But
Tiny.
Ubon,
it's 2 ride. Ubon.
You had mega room.
Yeah.
Where we
That
parked
was a hell of a
side, on the side where everybody parked, is that your property too?
Yes. That part there, I'm going to end up either making another pond there or let them go ahead and plant rice again. But I'd rather have a pond there. It just cost me 2,500 baht for 10 truckloads of dirt and the tractor. There used to be right before the road there was a little low spot that the cows could go into to get out of the heat. Right there, it was deep up to their neck, and the bulls or whatever the hell they are, the cattle that my uncle had. And I had always said it because when I first tested the water, the ammonia level was a little bit high, and I'm going, it shouldn't be. And then I go, oh, they're going in there and pissing and whatever they're doing, And so it's going to be, I said, it should be okay. It was such a minute amount. It should be okay. No ammonia is the best way. But when I put them in there, so he called last night or night before and said, if I don't raise the back of that when we start getting the heavy rains that we're going to get here soon, they'll get washed out into the street. So I said, well, then his cows won't be able to get it. Is he okay with that? And she said, yeah. And I said, hell, have him do it. So 25, 10 loads of truck. And he was there all day, I'm sure. And the tractor to move it around and make it for, what is that, $75? Mm-hmm. $60. That's cheap, So I told him, so we'll see. We're going to go with the kids, and hopefully I'll do a video. I've got one video left. I just couldn't find anything to really say. We've been to Serenity 4 times, and I got videos out on them. So I got one little short video that I'll put out. But when we go to Ubon again, I'll hopefully get some pictures of the fish and stuff.
Dave, if you're trying too hard to put content out, that should be
yeah, that should be a sign. Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
I'm not even reading the chat here. Someone's saying,
Yeah, I know I'm
congratulations,
missing it
Johnny.
too. Yeah, I know
Get
exactly.
our keys to the new house handed over today. Awesome, Johnny.
Can I share a secret with you two blokes? So everybody
Sure.
else in the chat, just block your ears. I only have 2 more trips to Sawanapum left.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Until they dangle.
No,
Come on, Mark. You're telling. If you work for another 4 years, you'll be able to pay for 3 colleges for the future children you're going to have.
I said to my wife last night, I said, you realize, I said, you only have to take me to Sawanapum 2 more times and pick me up 2 more times. So,
Sweet.
When do you go back now?
Sunday.
Sunday. Oh wow. Okay.
And then back in towards the end of June, because I've got my my visa to do, and then it's my 2 months anyway. 2 months back working, and then I've got to do my visa in July. So I want to make sure that I've got, because I had a few headaches, a drama or 2 last year, but anyway, I got it all done, obviously. So I want to make sure that I avoid those dramas, and then then finish up end of September.
And now I look back, because I busted your balls about doing that, and I look back on it now,
dude. I'm
and
like,
I think it was a smart
Awesome.
move. The way that they
Awesome
worked with you and gave you that
Smart way to
extra,
go.
I think it was a
Yeah.
smart move.
Difficult.
Look, it was. I got we bought a brand new car in January. I'm buying myself a second retirement gift. I'm upgrading my 125 Click to the 160. I'm probably not going to go touring, but as I get older, something seems to be happening to my body, and I need a few more horsepower just to get me from here to the bar and back.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
yeah, my little 155 is okay, except on some of those patio hills. But when I throw a body on the back, it's like I really wish I had a 350 at least.
Well,
the PCX I had,
Banchang's nice and flat. So
yeah, the PCX that I had, the 150, 280 pounds, and I went all the way from Camelot to Krabi twice, 5-hour trip each way, and I went to Colac, and the only thing was, like I said, an hour, I'm done, I'm by myself, I'm not going to dehydrate and do stupid shit. So stop and drink the water, wipe down with the rag, and cruise. It's just 90. Could you bring it up to 100, 105 and just whine the living crap out of it? Yeah, but why?
yeah,
The bike did fine, 280 pounds for doing a 4 or 5 hour trip somewhere. I just had the top box on it.
Yeah,
that was it.
Look, that little clip that I've got, pulling 12, 13,000 RPM, it'll get up to 95, 100 Ks an hour.
Yeah.
I don't think the RPM goes that high on mine. I don't know.
But
talking about horsepower and stuff, I like the
if I was going to buy a new 160 cc bike, I'd buy the ADV.
14-inch.
The knockoff of the pace of the PCX. The 160 ADV. I don't know if you looked at that. A little bit more kind of on a multi.
I tend to go with what I know. I didn't even when I bought the Fortuner because it was a Toyota.
Right.
And I'll buy another Honda because all my big bikes.
The ADV is a Honda. The PCX. If you got the Click that they went to the 160, you've got the PCX, which they went to the 160, and the ADV, which they went to the 160. They also make a ADV 350, and they make an ADV 750, right?
Yeah, that's what Bruce has.
Yeah. Just take a look at it. They're all Hondas. I wouldn't buy anything but Honda.
Look,
No
I'm
doubt.
I'm catching up with Les later on this week, and because he's just bought the 160. A mate of mine here in Bunchang's just bought the Click 160. These are both Click 160s, and I sat on and had a ride on Charlie.
There you go, Craig. There you go.
And it was a nice little bike to ride. So
Yeah, here Robbie bought the ADV 160.
okay.
It's just something to look at when you go there. They're all Hondas. The Click, the PCX, and the ADV.
And they're turn and go.
Yeah, they're all. And my wife was right, because I bought that Taiwanese 300, and it wasn't a bad scooter, and I got a hell of a price on it. But I break down anywhere in Thailand, and I can grab a stone off the road and throw it, and I'm going to hit a Honda dealer. Yeah. And my wife said, "Go buy a new."
Oh, you got a good arm.
Forza. And so, like here, I mean, I don't know how it is. Well, I know how it is over there, but Surin, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Not the biggest city in the world, but not bad. There's got to be 30 of them. 30 Honda dealers here in Surin. So even when I broke down and got the flat tire coming back from Kojang, where I stopped right in front of a tire place, a truck tire place, and had the kid do it for me, and he did a great job. Up the road, 10 minutes was the Honda dealer.
Yeah, look, Bunchang's not that big a place, and yet there's where every 7-Eleven is, and you can guess how many there are here. There's a Honda dealership next to it as well. So
yeah, it's the only way. I would suggest to anybody buy Honda. Besides the fact that they're good motorcycles or scooters.
Yeah.
But hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
Honda, I don't know what possessed me to get a Yamaha Aerox. I have no idea.
But the 155 Aerox, and most of the time, at least in the city, there's Yamaha dealers. So it's not quite as the Yamahas. That's supposed to be a good bike. I've never ridden one, so I don't know.
I like that.
Riding any scooter in Pattaya it doesn't matter what it is. You're taking your life into everyone else's hands.
Riding a scooter anywhere in Thailand, you're taking your life.
Crap.
And like I said,
I would get an invite to do, go XYZ, and I'd literally go, if I ride the bike, I'm gonna fuck it, bolt.
Gary, I put a helmet on. If I go from if I go up the other end, I don't wear a helmet, just go on the 7-Eleven. But if I go out onto the Sukhumvit and I go down into town, right, I'll put a helmet on. But yet I'm wearing exactly what you see me wearing now.
Oh, shit. Road rash city.
The only thing I'm protecting, and it's an open face helmet, right? The only thing I'm protecting is right on here. The rest of me, I've got scar wounds all over the place. So,
When I saw a friend of mine, the first time I seen road rash that wasn't on me, I only got one time, very slight, but he got it good. And when they laid him out there, and his arm, like across here, was just hamburger meat, right? And the hamburger meat had all the black crap from the asphalt in it. And this nurse laid his arm down into the betadine water mixture and grabbed what looked like a wire brush and
started scrubbing.
And he screamed. And he was one of the baddest son of a bitches I've ever met in my life. And he was screaming like a little girl. And of course I had to stop screaming like a little girl. But
I've had that kind of treatment before. I've had road rash.
Nasty stuff, man. Oh. And they don't care.
I've only come off the once in Thailand, and scuffed up my knee, scuffed up my elbow, and that was my own fault. I was Mao. It was low speed. I was basically stopped. I was doing a sharp right hander, pulled both brakes on the button. Down I went. So.
I went down, put my foot down, and the only time I've ridden is with thongs on. And the thong hit some sand, and my foot came out from underneath me, and I toppled over. Zero speed.
That was on our bike trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
zero speed.
Fell on this when we were on Summit. This that past trip with Chuck and Paige,
Right.
we rented bikes, and one of my constant gripes, I can't say it enough to Dow, is don't lean, don't lean, don't lean. I'm not like yelling that through my helmet. And don't ever get off the bike until I say it's time to get off the bike.
Exactly.
And we're going up this freaking hill on Cosamet to go to this viewpoint, and we saw a young couple of Farong ladies in the bushes. They had duffed their bike, right?
Yeah.
And I slowed down. I said, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, we're fine. No injuries." And then okay, I'm gonna whip around. It's a freaking hill, right? And I'm gonna park. I'm gonna go help pick the bike up out of the ditch. And so I went to turn, and so I'm like this downhill this way, and Dow got off the bike on that side and just was like, I was like, God damn it, crash, and no injuries, no nothing, but I was like, I was more embarrassed than anything and pissed off. I swore.
Speaking of pizza,
Yeah,
have you cooked the pizza in your oven yet?
She's trying to kill me.
Greg, did you cook a pizza in your oven yet? I still got to make it up there. That's not the one with
George's Pizza in Santa Loc. Maybe I should. That's only like 4 or 5 hours from here.
Is it? It's close.
I think.
Greg,
I hate that leaning. My God.
I gotta get Craig away from is I gotta teach. I'm gonna start another YouTube channel, and it's how to get things done in Thailand by simply having money in your left hand and pointing with your right hand. And and I'm one to spot. I could hurt myself when I'm not even working. But God, what would go through your mind a year after you damn near cut your fingers off, and you do it again and you're looking at it? What would I say to myself? I think I'd have to go at that point and have something tattooed across my forehead that please do not operate tools. Stupid. And I would be going crazy, Craig. I would go nuts. And if I was sitting there waiting for meat on the pizza oven, I know we're going to do a cook-off. I figured you would have cooked one by now. But God, I couldn't imagine. Like me, a year later, and I do something like grab a boiling pot of water and spill it on my lap again, what would I think? I'd be going nuts. I'd be yelling at myself. I'd be yelling.
My mind was, other than oh shit, was that old lady at McDonald's burned her crotch.
It is. You know what it is with me? First off, he's in good shape. He likes to do it. I can see it in his face. He likes to go out there and tinker and bang and build.
Yeah,
and
I love tinkering.
It's awesome. I like to do it. I'm just not physically able to do that. And anything that has to do with a ladder and power tools, I leave that up to the 400 baht an hour gentlemen that are around me that want to work. Give them a little bit of work. Let them do all the stuff I need to do that. Then I'd be okay. But that's what all I've done is point and shoot,
At the old dive shop 20 years ago, we were putting some new vinyl on the stools that we wore outside, sitting every night drinking beer at the end of the day. And Max is staple gun, and I'm holding it tight, pulling it tight. And next thing you know, he puts a freaking staple right through here. And it went, they were this, 18 millimeters or something. Okay. Pretty good. And it was all the way flat on my hand. And it kind of hurt, but I was like, what the F are you thinking? He was like, I says, well, grab the damn needle nose, So I pulled it out, and washed it off. No big deal. But the office lady damn near fainted. Right? She was like, "Oh my god!" So I took a staple, another staple, and I cut it down to nubs, right, to nothing, and I put it on another part of my hand, so it looked like I had a full staple through my hand again, right? She fucking passed out. I went, God damn it, Max, and went like that. And she went.
I had 19 staples. Oh, 19 staples. I'll tell you the dumbest thing I ever did. You can see these two fingers. There's this right here. You can see kind of it. It's a big cut there, and up this finger, a big L-shaped deal. When I was younger, I ran a dark room.
L-shaped one alone, all by itself,
just like itself.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, and I'm behind the counter. We had my cousin had a rental dark room, and I worked in the rental dark room, and I was probably 19, 20 years old, maybe 21, 22. And I was never that good at taking 2 bottles of beer and popping off a top or hitting it against the counter or anything like that. And I had a bottle of soda in my hand, and I had a chisel. And I go, well, all I'm going to do is just pry it off. And I went, boom, and the whole top of the bottle broke off. And my fingers went, and just sliced it down, right? Now, here comes the dumb shit stuff, right? So I'm holding it. It's just pouring. When this thing flopped over, you could see the bone sitting in there, right? And this was cut off. They actually had to stitch me through the nail, right through the cuticle. It took 2 big nurses sit on my arm and the doctor anyway. So here comes the dumb part. So I'm sitting here like this. I'm at a counter. So there's this much room between the counter and the back wall, right? I turn around, and what's hanging on a piece of string right there? A bottle opener. Right behind me. All I had to do was turn around and grab the bottle opener. And I go, I'm a smart man.
Talking about staples, when I had I don't know if you can see it, my wrist surgery, where the hell is it? Here, when I just destroyed my wrist right before I came to Thailand, the nurse let me remove the staples.
Yeah, that's what. Now, what did you have? Is Craig still here? Craig had stitches. Yeah, Craig had stitches the first time and staples the second time, and I think he took both out himself.
Hey, Jake. Yeah, and I always take out my own stitches. I've
taken the stitches out, but I never had staples.
A couple of times stitches out. It hurt. The stitches hurt on my elbow. Because you just can't seem to.
Yes,
I mean, they freaking like.
You got it,
I am all professional like and shit, and they slide right out. But I just take nail clippers and clip them, so it kind of flattens it out as it cuts it, and then you pull it. It kind of pulls through the meat a little bit.
Not too bad.
It's like I don't want to go to the freaking doctors just to. Yeah.
My just to let you know, I did go to the doctor's yesterday, and he still wants to keep me on 2 weeks of antibiotics and the same silver cream. But he says he puts the back of his hand on it, and he says, I feel a little bit of heat in there. I've only got 2 scabs left, about that big around and about that big around. The rest of it's still a little red and peeling, but this one's done. There's a little bit of peeling. But I guess better be safe than sorry because of the diabetes and stuff. I guess they don't like.
If you go for another course of antibiotics, how long has the total course been in weeks?
It's going to be probably close to a month.
Douglas, hello.
Yeah, so I don't know. I know that it's not really great for me to take heavy doses of antibiotics in case something really comes up and I need antibiotics,
that's the only thought that's going through my mind.
Yeah, mine too. And I get that from the fish. I don't inject them with a bunch of antibiotics unless I have to because they
Oh,
will
wow, Ron. Yeah,
become
interesting.
immune to it. So
Interesting.
was Craig still here? Or did he
I
disappeared?
think Craig's probably still here. But I
Because
cut my pinky off. Actually, my
we put it
brother
back
did it
on. It's crooked.
when I
It's
was
crooked.
4, right?
We
So
could fix that.
look at them together. They're different size, and this one doesn't have a knuckle. It was crushed, right? So I didn't take those stitches out.
Oh, here it was. I was
Got a pin, that went down.
speedboat upholsterer and ran a pneumatic 3. Wow. Across my
hand. Oh, man. Whack, 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 whack. Oh, my God.
I just used pliers to yank them free. But you took out the staples in the last one, too, I think. I think the first time you did the fingers was stitches, and the second time was staples. So,
going to a fish pond with a few buffalo in there shitting, too.
Yeah. Well, here I am. I go to Kochang. I can't go. I can't go in the ocean. I can't go in the pool. I get home now in 2 more weeks. I can't go in the pool. I can't go. No, I don't have an option of going in the ocean. But he still doesn't want me going in the pool. I think that the weirdest thing that I ever saw, like it's dry now. Those scabs are actual scabs. They're going to take a while to break away. That's what I didn't see them doing with Joe. They had him constantly keeping it covered, and I'm going, how? When I was a kid, here's my brain. Everything that I got on myself, cutting, whether I butterflied it back together, whatever it was, the regimen was completely washed out with peroxide. And then you put the what's the little tube, Neosporin, on the top of it, cover it. That's for 2 days. Then you take it off and just put the Neosporin on it and let the thing dry. Because Joe's was how long? 4 months? 6 months? That hole in his foot? I mean, that was nasty. I mean,
it was damn near a year.
Yeah, it was a long time, man. Because
but different type of wound though too. Different burn to a, So I don't know. Look, I'm no doctor.
I'm not a doctor either, but I totally disagreed with the doctor, the advice that he got from his doctor. He showed me on our bike trip. Joe would line me. I'd go up to his room, and I would scrub his wound.
That's what I thought too, Logan. Same thing with seawater.
And I was like, dude,
the ocean.
I know what your doctor said. I know you're tired of hearing it, but dude, just lay on the bed and leave it open.
Let it heal. Let it
dry. Let it scab up.
I think I was one of
moist.
Because that's the reason it scabs is because that's the body putting its own protective film over it, right? To stop infection, right? Yes, clean the shit out and then clean the shit from underneath. But then once it's clean,
this works on a lot of things.
I think I was one of the first people to see it because we were both building our houses at the same time. So he showed me. He goes, "Man, I'm going to show you this, Dave. This thing is nasty." And I looked at it and I said the same thing. I'm not a doctor, but I think that the thing needs to dry out. But at least I would go and get a second opinion. I'd go to another doctor and say, "Hey, is this right? I mean, because this don't look right to me."
We were all sitting at that little restaurant next door to the clinic. We were having pizza or something. And Joe went to the clinic. He said, I need to have my foot cleaned. So he goes and has his foot cleaned, and he was angry when he came back. And then the next morning he says, screw it, I'm going home. I'm going to go see my own doctor.
Well,
and we were like getting to the end of the trip. And I said, dude, you can't ride alone. You shouldn't ride alone all that way back. James was splitting off because he had something to do. And I said, I'll ride with you. So we left at noon and got to his house at 7:30. And that was one of the most dangerous rides I've ever had.
I remember that. The day before we did, right?
Dogs, long-way vehicles, and people trying to run you over, and coconut husks and logs in the road. And anyway, go ahead.
Douglas, you're showing your age, Douglas. That was my mother's, that little bottle with that piece of glass.
The
Went
glass.
down in there. The glass, yeah. And then
you
drip off.
Covered red.
It
Red from head to toe.
won't. Yeah, it won't hurt you.
Off.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I remember my mother saying that.
2 bottles
And then
of
after
ale.
she put it on there, I said, "The next time you get cut, I'm taking this shit and putting it on you. You tell me it don't. You tell me it don't hurt." But that was the fix all. You're
but that was the thing. If it stings, it's working for you.
Exactly. And that's what my wife, the first words out of her mouth, and I don't know if it's normal here in Thailand, is you got a big ass cut and stuff. Alcohol. Alcohol. I'm going, have you ever poured alcohol on an open wound? And she don't understand what I'm saying. I said, I'll do whatever you got to do.
In every Western movie, they pour whiskey on it.
Yeah, they did.
That's the go-to.
Don't remember the stuff we had in this. Had a powder in the service. What was that powder?
The coagulation stuff?
Yeah. What was the name of that shit? Where's Chuck when you need him? Chuck would probably know.
Yeah.
2 bottles.
He's a medic.
Yeah, two bottles of Leo. Oh man, yeah. But that was my regimen. It still is to this day. Always peroxide, and followed by the Neosporin, and then do that for 2 days, and then off with the bandage and just the Neosporin, and let it scab up. Because I'm looking at that goes.
I put Ben Gay on it because it stings really good.
It stings really good. Betadine. They gave me.
What are you talking about?
I got betadine, an actual paste that I use on the fish if they get an ulceration. I can pull away the dead skin and then cut it away and put it in there. But betadine.
I've got 3 little bottles of betadine. I've got a couple bottles of saline and a bunch of gauze.
Yeah.
And saying sulfur.
That's basically my first aid kit as well.
Takes a leather strap and some whiskey.
I don't think we're talking about injuries here with Gator Jake. I'm not sure.
Leather strap and some.
I think you're right, Scott. It's for clotting, for sure.
Bite down and do it. Yeah, there you go.
Somebody had a sting.
Are your hands tied back like this?
Believe it or not, wet tobacco is good for a bee sting. Thanks, Goblin.
So many injuries. I don't know. I don't know who I was talking to a month or 2 ago, but we were talking about surgeries, and I actually lost count of how many surgeries I've had.
I think I know exactly.
I had 2 in last year. Here. And guess what? Pre-existing conditions.
Is that it? What tea leaf?
That was nearly $1 million baht, the 2 surgeries.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking, fuck, I could have built a nice little house.
That's what I thought of after the first time. And what killed me about it is because of my procrastination, that before I couldn't breathe and went in and was in the hospital for 3 months, it cost me $1 million baht. I was, okay, should I take this one? And I was watching Chuck and this one. By the time I got to it, I was in the hospital, and then you're done. So
I'm not laughing at you, Dave. I'm laughing at what Craig
because if I would have had even my wife's insurance now, I would have got 800,000 of it back. Not 800, almost 900 back. So that would have been nice. Yeah, you could have. You could build, like you were talking about before. I think that those little knockdown houses, Andrew's here and Craig's here. How much can you get a 1-bedroom wood knockdown house for? 600?
What kind of vinegar, Gorgeous? What kind of just like white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar or?
I think just white vinegar.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever heard of putting vinegar on burns, but anyway,
I think
each
it's
to their
I
own.
think it's some of the best. I got the best care when I was in for 2 months in intensive care and a month in a private room and a private hospital here in Surin, out in the middle of Isan, and I got better care than I could have got in 99%
White vinegar,
of
distilled
the
vinegar.
places in the U.S.
Yeah,
The only
Healthcare
thing
here is
we
extraordinary
um,
as far as I'm
we
concerned.
we use vinegar in Australia for stingers. You know what
do you?
stingers are?
And just to let you know on this goblin one, sorry guys, I got
Stingers, what are those little
do
scorpions
that.
or something?
No, they're injicari. They're the little box jellyfish, little ones,
Yeah.
and they eat
Stingers.
the flesh. They eat the flesh, and you either do Johnny's version if you got no vinegar and
Pee
you
on it,
all over it,
Pee
pee
on
on
or
it.
it.
Yeah,
vinegar. But
We kept
up
meat.
north,
We kept meat tenderizer on the boat, on the dive boat.
well,
Yep.
every
Works really well for the jellyfish.
every lifeguard station north of Brisbane has they'll have copious amounts of vinegar just in case the box jellyfish are down there. Yeah,
you got
jellyfish.
it.
Just yeah, but otherwise vinegar is what we use.
Yeah,
Just to
as
get
long as
back to
it's
you
got a
for
good
one
texture.
second, Goblin. The Just to give you something, and this again, everybody, if you've got a bank account and you've got your bank card from here in Thailand, I have been when I tripped in the back and smashed my ankle, went in and got X-rays, saw the doctor, got antibiotics, got everything. That the insurance that I had on that bank account paid for that and the doctor. When I went in for the burn, it paid for all that stuff. It paid for this time I went in again, and they say I still have 1,200 baht left uh, on my insurance. Now, to get to you, back to you, Goblin, is if you go into a doctor, this is just a guess, and I have no idea. You go in, you have X-rays, they do your blood, you see a doctor, he gives you medication and everything out, and you might be out $30, maybe $20, uh, and you see him that day. I don't know what country you're from, but it's not like America where, oh yeah, we're going to give you an appointment, then you're going to wait 8 hours because the doctor's behind before you see him. You just go right to the hospital, sit right in. They take your blood pressure, they triage you
Are you taking
on
off
who's what,
too?
and you're gone. But I think it's great if you can't get that from me. I think it's awesome. Okay,
I,
who's leaving?
I'm happy with all the medical care I've received here over the
Yeah, I
past
definitely
20
not
years.
a concern
I haven't lived here
for
20
anybody
years,
wanting to move
but
here.
I've
I
had.
don't think it's a concern.
Now, whenever it says, "Oh, it's better in Thailand," "Oh, it's better in here or better there," I think, well, all the doctors I've seen have been schooled in the U.S. or the U.K.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's
well,
where they got their medical degrees.
let me tell you a story. We had to go to Bangkok Private Hospital in Pattaya for my daughter, and walk in there on Third Road. Right, you walk into the hospital. I counted. This is at check-in at reception. I counted no less than 10 greeting staff at the door.
Yeah.
10. Can you imagine that in Australia or America or
No.
England or
No,
any other country?
outside before you go through the sliding doors, and then when you walk in, there's a little information kiosk with
Yeah.
four beautifully dressed,
Yeah.
nicely. Oh, anyway, I digress. And then you
Yeah,
go to the counter.
I agree.
What do you need? I've gone to
Yep.
the emergency room twice.
I'll tell you what, there's my
We
experience
don't
in the
need to get
United
into that.
States. The biggest hospital, the trauma center for Fresno, no matter when you go down there, I could go down there at 7
Take your
o'clock at
pick.
night. The place is packed, and I didn't get to see a doctor until the sun rose the next morning. And that was fairly typical for the United States. You can see right there is overnight in the hospital, x-rays, finger surgery, $74. So not only do I think you get excellent care here, it's very reasonable. And I think that's the way most of the people think too.
Yeah, I was referring to Bangkok Pattaya Hospital in Pattaya.
My blue card with VKK
But
reimbursement.
I received care at
Yeah, that's what I had. It worked.
what's the one on Soy
My
Bukaw?
wife, not me.
What's the hospital on Soy Bukaw? Anybody know? Pattaya Hospital, I think. I've been in there for minor shit.
Who went to sleep? Who did I miss?
Candy
Who did I
stripers.
miss?
No.
Who went to sleep? Who did I miss?
Jake's going off to bed. It's 11
Jake.
p.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
late.
Yeah, Logan and them are still up. I got terrible sunburn as a kid. My granny poured white vinegar over me. No pain, no skin peeling, and red went to brown in one day. Wow.
I don't.
I know
I don't
somebody
do
had said that from the original. I think it was whoever had brought that up earlier. Was it Ralph? Said it from the beginning. Vinegar.
a bar called the
Oh, the
hospital.
bar. No, that's the bar
Yeah,
called
for
the
sure,
clinic,
man. For sure.
where they
I
got
don't
all.
think you'll have any problem with any health care you'll get here in Thailand.
You'd be surprised at how few bars I went to in Pattaya.
I didn't go to any.
Oh, I went to a bunch. You know, I mean, every day somebody's got a birthday. And
Olive oil is a sun lotion. Yeah, well, I guess. Well, I don't know. You don't get much sun in the UK, so I guess it's not going to harm you.
The
white
big
vinegar and olive oil. I'll be damned.
all the girls when I was growing up, all the little surfer girls and the ones that really, it was always oil, no
Baby oil.
Tropicana, but oil, baby oil,
Yeah.
nothing with any kind of protection in it.
I'll be
And
here
you could have told them
permanently
you're going to
before you
die
know it.
by the time you're
I'll be here
30.
permanently.
They didn't
Coconut
care.
copper tone smells
Yeah,
so
the old
nice.
copper tone.
Yeah, well, I remember we had a lot. What was it? The smelt like was it the copper tone was the coconut oil or something? It was. I remember when we were kids, you'd lather up with that stuff.
Yeah,
coconut oil. Yeah, that's it.
Love that smell. Coconut. Yeah. It was like a cream, you know. But
yeah, I blistered.
We use coconut oil on Koh Chang religiously because of the sand fleas.
Fleas.
Yeah, rub them on your feet and your legs.
And drop it.
You're gonna lay down.
Yeah, it was all just oil, man. And the girls were putting it on and go, they can't be good for you.
Yeah. 25 years later, skin cancer's popping up all over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and I'll tell you what, if you told them that they could have had a copper tone brown in 20 years they're going to get cancer, they would have said, bring the cancer on. I'm going to be a tight-bodied little gal out here running around, and they'd have taken
it. I don't know if I said hello or not. My brain's not functioning that well. I'm on a slower pace up here.
When we used to go to Havasu, I think I told the story where I had the bib overalls on, and I was out drunk all day and just beating 130 degrees on Lake Havasu, and I was dancing out on the floor, and the girls are going, the blisters were already formed and popped, and all this stuff was just running down. Finally they stopped telling me Dave's gonna do whatever he wants to do. We'll laugh at him tomorrow morning. And so everybody pointed and laughed at me as I walked around like I couldn't move. It was horrible.
Yeah, one of the guys
found out about the what?
Back in the days, I'm talking the late 90s, early 80s. His daughter was a copper tone model. So I liked going into his office because posters everywhere of his daughter.
Yeah, the tanning billboards. I thought that was the girl too young to have her bottoms
and wasn't there like a fox terrier that jumps up and tries to pull down her?
Biting.
And they looked awful young. Even back in the day, I'm going, that can't be right? I mean, you got to have a woman there. Yeah, sacrifice, dancing around the floor. Yeah, and I mean, almost got into. I remember one time in particular. I'm in there and I don't have a shirt on, right? And the couple of girls that we were with, one of them had a bathing suit top on and a little cover deal that she pulled over her top. And the guy came up and I'm drunk. And the guy came up to me and said, you're going to have to leave. You have to have a shirt on. I didn't have a shirt. I had it back at the hotel or whatever. And I said, no, I ain't leaving. And of course, everybody came up and said, no, here, Dave. Well, I ended up pulling, and then she was a little girl, put this thing over my head and pulled it down. It had a little ruffle deal around a ballerina type looking thing. And the guy just looked at me and shook his head and walked away. Said, he's got something on. Better leave him alone. And he went down the road. And the girls, they laughed all night long. But yeah, I had fun. I got stories from. I got to do another YouTube channel, ones that my grandkids can never watch down the road.
Yeah.
we could talk about Lake Havasu and spring break and all sorts of stuff. But probably better I don't talk about it. Yeah, exactly. That's about what it was, Logan. It would have been etched in your brain for your entire life. I know it was with everybody that was there. We had a lot of fun.
All right, Craig.
Famous
conference. Yeah. Members only channel. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
We've had some good after stream parties.
Yeah.
Some good conversation.
Well, you know what it was too? The most fun that I think I had late night was when we owned the bar. We had a big giant cowboy dance floor out there. We had everybody would go out. We'd lock the doors. The girls that wanted to stay could stay inside, and we pulled a table out there to the middle and started playing poker and had everybody running around getting drinks and cocktail and everything. It was fun. That was a good time too. Something else I can't talk about on this channel. Yeah, exactly. G-rated. I'll have to start a whole nother channel. And it would be fun because I got so much crap shoved in this head. Just fun stuff. But some people wouldn't think it's fun stuff. Especially younger people like my grandkids. It's going to be bad enough I'll be dead and gone, and they'll go, let's pull up Grandpa, crazy Grandpa, that they're 50 years old, and watch him. That's why I don't cuss that much on here. Just you guys know that.
I live a G-rated life too. My language isn't G-rated, but
I don't get to spend any time with my grandkids and stuff. That might be the only thing that they get to see is me doing these YouTube deals, and I'm sure my son will, if he's still alive, then tell him half the shit I used to do.
After the cremation yesterday, I asked Dow, I said, should I have brought hot dogs? That's just
somebody got cremated. Where's the
but I was cooking. I was hotter than hell. And then afterwards we went back to the house and had food. And everybody was getting plowed. And I was drinking water.
I'll tell you what, man, the Thai people, and especially the women, and they can go and drink. It don't matter whether their son's going to become a monk, whether somebody died, or whatever. They're still smiling, drinking, and having a good time.
Well, these guys
because I think that's a Buddha
with clear water bottles, right?
Well, Buddhists believe that you're going to come back as something else, right?
Water.
So they're not really saying goodbye for you.
They were drinking their freaking moonshine.
Yeah, I know. I got to quit saying that thing. Moonshine, they probably did. You lived the OG.
They were drinking. They were like, "You want some?" I said, "No, I got my own bottle of water." No, different. Not same.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right, Logan. I do. Because they could watch it, and it'd probably be funny for them. There's 4 of them, and they probably maybe get together at some holiday, and they're all 30 years old, 40 years old, and I've been dead and gone for a long time. Let's turn that YouTube crap on and see what crazy Grandpa did back then.
They'll be laughing. I don't know. 10 years ago, I said to my daughter, "I'm going to go hook up with Joe, let's say, and have a cup of coffee." And she says, "What, are you gay now?" What the fuck? She says, "You said you're hooking up." And I said, "Yeah." gonna meet up and have coffee. She said, well, hooking up now, Dad, means fucking.
Different, something different.
Yeah. Like, well, I
Oh,
missed that lesson.
Mm.
She has no
Well-
filter, my daughter. She's a very, very intelligent young lady, but she if she has an opinion, she will share it with you. which is nice because 99% of the time it's the same as mine.
Mm.
You know.
yeah, but I don't. It would probably wouldn't. The flying car stuff wouldn't come to Thailand until way down the road.
Oh my God, that'd be
You know,
shit
they
falling from the
already,
sky.
Jay, they already fly down here. You sit down there on the Sukhumvit and you're doing 80, 90 kilometers an hour and someone comes past you at Mach 10.
Yeah.
Goblin's got to do it, right? Yeah, jump man.
Blowing the blackest
bad
smoke out of the back of their Hilux.
Yeah, junk.
And a whole different meaning. You got to know
That's
what you're
funny,
saying
Ron.
around them now. Yes, Ron, Jamie, and I will remember all of you. Yeah, they'll still have their wits about them in 10, 15, 20 years. They'll just be hitting stride. We'll be dead and gone probably.
In 2021, I got on the bike on, I think it was Third Road in Pattaya, just off of Sukhumvit. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazier than I remember. And then pretty soon I got to go up Sukhumvit to do something. And I'd be like, man, this is just nuts. And then less than a month later, I'm cruising down Sukhumvit and I'm passing Grab drivers and shit like this. And I'm thinking, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? I was driving like a maniac.
I've driven through Bangkok and I didn't like that. But I'll tell you what, the most when I was, I don't want to say, I guess I was a little afraid. I don't want to say scared, but yeah, I might have been scared. When I went to get the paperwork I needed to get married, I had to go to Bangkok and get stuff translated. And my wife stayed here in Surin. And I said, you know, God, I got to get a taxi and I'm looking and I can't find one. Oh, here's one of them motorcycle things, man. Let me try one of those. That's the first and last time I'd ever get on one of them frickin' things. That guy scared the living shit out of me.
Take a motorbike.
You know, yeah. Oh man, it's like
I didn't want some Phuket.
Yeah.
Because they
that was
changed my bike.
one time. Did he get me there safely? Pretty much. But
I've done it holding a suitcase behind me.
Freaking insane. And they, you know, and half the time I'm going, you know, just close your eyes, hold on to the little thing behind the seat, and you'll be all right. But I've always not liked having to get on the back of anybody's anything. First of all, it wasn't really readily accepted in the United States to get on the back of another man's motorcycle.
55 kilo driver, and you got me on the back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Popping monos down the road.
It's like freaking riding a wheelie.
Oh, it was insane. And I go, you know, when I'm first thinking about it, I'm going,
hey,
how bad could it be? It can't be that bad, could it? Yeah, it was that bad plus a little bit.
Yeah, we were going through peak hour traffic in Bangkok down around Nana Plaza, and there I am trying to hold a suitcase and not bang it into cars as we're weaving in and out.
They're crazy. Hey, Maui, what's up? Yeah, not my cup of tea, but I did get first time I went to, I think it was the time when I was coming back for the 12-hour drive from Joe's to Surin. For some reason, I missed something, and all of a sudden, this freeway is dumping me down into the middle of Bangkok, and I'm going, oh, this can't be good. And the Forza with the bags on the back, you're this wide, so you're as wide as a car, so you're not going to go doing anything too crazy. And I was never happier than to get the hell out of there and open that thing up and jump across the highway. Because when I followed Chuck there, because the first time that I met Chuck, I had called Joe and I said, you know, I'm coming down for this motorcycle ride. My wife's losing her freaking mind because I'm not riding with anybody. I know that Chuck is stopping in, close to me. Could I meet up? Could you say something to him? Because I don't want him to think I'm a freaking lunatic. And, and do it. And Joe called him and said, hey, this guy, he's a good guy, blah, blah, blah. That was the first time I met Chuck, was that. And then I followed him for the 8-hour or 6-7 hour ride from wherever we were down to Joe's house.
Yeah, that was nice of him to do that.
Yeah, it was real nice. He didn't know me from Adam,
You can't take a motorbike on tollways either. So
yeah, but he stuck around the outside. He went around the outside anyway.
That was nice. I mean,
yeah, it was.
Chuck's
cool.
Great people. Chuck and Paige are
some of the best.
I can't say enough about them.
No, me either. Yeah, you know what it is. Like I said, even
Especially
with
when
the
I'm
people
drunk and angry. No.
Even with the people
nice.
that are on the channel here, I met Mark. Mark's exactly
Mark
and me with YouTube. When you meet somebody and they're exactly the same that you see Mark here and Mitch and me, that means something to me. That means that this person's not a phony. This is what you see is what you freaking get. You either like it or you don't like it. And everybody that I've actually met pretty much face to face has been stand-up people, Les being one of them, and Mark being, and Mitch, and everybody here. Les is a good guy. Yeah, really good.
Les is good people.
Les is good people.
I watched his live stream yesterday, and the guy's knowledgeable as hell. If you want to know shit about, especially coming out of the UK, he knows a bunch of crap about, the retirement and the this and the that. And he's a good man. So hopefully,
I have been absent from social media. I mean,
this is like your first time back.
Joe's in Italy. Chuck and Paige, I'm sworn to secrecy, but they're always on the road, and I watched the James video yesterday, but I watch a lot of YouTube shorts.
Easier that way.
Yeah, I just don't.
I think they're going to Vietnam with Daz and Meow and Jim, and I wouldn't have minded doing that actually, because I've been trying to hook up with Robert Mack, and because he offered
they
3 years ago to take me through Vietnam.
Trip.
His wife is Vietnamese.
They invited me on that trip, but I just gone through the whole move and everything, and I'm just like, I just don't feel like
on good people. Jim and Mao, top people, very nice, very pleasant people. I've met them in Melbourne. I've met them here in Thailand. So
the only person that I've met that I did not like was Maui. He's just sorry, Maui. I just said
it's so funny.
Hey, great people. Him and his wife. We had a great time in riding. Hopefully, I don't think they're coming back for like 6 months. Hopefully, when they get back, we'll do that again, Maui. It was fun. And I'd like to get something going. Like I said, I don't know if Mitch might, anybody that wants to go. I'm sure when we put it together. But I think like 4 days is plenty. We went like 6-7 days, and it started getting a little lengthy. Plus, I don't know, man. I don't like being away from my wife. If I'm riding the bike, I'm going to be away from her. Yeah. Not Maui. Maui's wife loves to ride, and they have a great time. But I by all means would never say, "Oh yeah, we're going to put this together," but no wives. Never hear those words out of my mouth.
That's true, Rob.
We'll have a fun time. What is that?
You're
not coming. When are you coming back, Mom? I missed that. Sorry, Mitch. Go ahead. What did you say?
I was talking about. I already forgot. Oh, we start watching YouTube shorts. The next thing you know, 2 hours has gone by.
This has been very quiet, I think.
I pull shit like that, like this.
Yeah, she is, but she's always got a smile on her face, and she's having a good time. We had a great time. I did. I think everybody did. We had a really good time. I'm talking about a trip we went to Koh Chang, me and Maui and a friend of Maui's. on bikes, and Bobby and Jai went in their car, and Andrew and Quan went in their car, and we went to Koh Chang for I think 3 days, and then over to Pattaya for Thanksgiving for just one night and one day, and then I headed back. So
Yeah, I might be doing a Koh Chang here in the next.
I like
Koh
Koh Chang.
Chang, Kokut.
Yeah, they are.
This is the Northern Territory. This is a territory in Australia, and it says there, "I'll see you in the Northern Territory." There's nothing
right there.
There's nothing
Love
offensive about that. See you in the Northern Territory.
Let's see.
The guy Frias does shorts with his coffee cup messages.
Yeah, it was a good time for sure, Lance. I had a great time. I'm looking forward to it again, something like that. Maybe even I think you guys come over. I'd like to go. Well, when we went your way pretty much, Hua Hin, and down to Joe's, and then down and went around. You missed that. That would have been a good one. You would have had a ball on that one. But if we do it again, I'm game for pretty much anything. So when you get back, by all means,
put me Northern Territory now.
I think Mitch eventually, especially being out there in the sticks, he'll probably upgrade. I think to maybe a Forza. He enjoyed himself.
I'm going to upgrade and probably do even more traveling.
Cool.
Catch my drift.
My breakfast's ready, and then we're going to head out later on this afternoon. Mitch, I'll give you a call a little bit later on.
Sounds good.
Dave, thanks for the invite. Chat.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it anytime now. I think it's a little more fun. Everybody can interact a little better, and everybody enjoys it. But anytime, you're always welcome, brother. You know that.
No worries. I'm gonna now that I have a really great mechanic here who used to service the old car. He was really good, and when my missus would ring up saying, "Oh, there's a lumpy bumpy in the car," I'd ring up my mechanic here. She'd take it to him, and he wouldn't charge. You go, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just do this." Wouldn't charge you. So I've got a 6-pack of beers in the fridge. I'm going to go because now that I've got the new what is it, Fortuner, gets done at Toyota now. So I'm not going to have much of an opportunity to go back and see James. So I'm going to go and have a few beers with him today and give him a 6-pack for all the help that he's done for free of charge. So.
Nice of you. Very nice.
It's hard to find somebody that, especially, it doesn't matter whether it's here in Thailand, in Australia, any place that you're at. I think one of the top things that you have to have is a good Mexican restaurant that you can go to and a mechanic that you can trust and just say, hey, just go, fix it, and not have to worry about it.
My bike mechanic.
And look, James has taken up golf. I'm going down to Tepaset Road in Pattaya. There's a good golf club that Steve from the Kiwi Wombat Bar has put me onto. So I want to buy myself a new set of golf clubs as another retirement gift. It's all about me.
I'd like to play again. I want to say it's been ever since I moved up to Northern California, Bass Lake. So it's been over, I'm going to say 25 years since I played. And I used to really enjoy it. I'm never that good, but I did I enjoyed the living shit.
Look, it's a social thing. I'm not I used to be competitive. I played a bit of competitive golf, but now it's just it's a chance to go out. There's John Peebles. There was Jim when he was in Pattaya. There's Steve. Right. There's a whole bunch. Mitch knows all those guys from the Kiwi Wombat Bar. They're all a great bunch of guys. And it doesn't matter if you win, lose, or draw. It's out there for a bit of a laugh on a Tuesday.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
Ron too plays as well. So yeah.
Someone say, I'd like to play. So eventually we'll all get together and play. But I'm hoping that maybe I forgot all my bad habits and maybe my slice has gone away a little bit and maybe my swing's a little better. I thought about it too much.
I had a good set of clubs in Australia, but I gave them to a mate of mine, and I'm not an American First Nations people giver.
Yeah, no, I got to hear you.
We'll have to get together for that. Maui play too? Let's see. I'm a great
Well,
caddy.
here you get a caddy. You
All
know,
right.
the nice caddy.
The biggest thing that I could see here is I'd want to be the first one out at whatever time their first tee time is. And
early. Before
yeah,
it's
as early, I'd want to be there at dark 30, man. Let's go play. But I'd love to play again.
This area of Thailand, like Phuket too, but
Yeah,
What
we're
I've
blessed,
seen,
with,
Ralph,
we're
yes,
blessed with first class golf clubs. I mean, there's 3 or 4 of them here in the Bunchung area within 15 minutes of home, and then there's those great courses not that far out of Pattaya.
Somebody, I think it was John that was saying he was going to Bangkok to look at a set of clubs that he wanted to purchase. I can't remember. I think he was talking to Chuck on one of Chuck's videos. But I'd like to get if you go on to the marketplace, there's everything from Callaway's all the way up.
There's good ping clubs. There's Callaway, TaylorMades. There's plus ones for guys that are over 6.
Yeah, you buy a set of
John Peake. John Peake.
They'll fit you. Yeah, John.
Yeah, he was going. I can't remember. It must have been on Chuck's video, but he was talking about going and getting the way he made it sound was an expensive set of golf clubs. He was going to look at a very expensive set of golf clubs.
Yeah. Oh, look, but John's a half decent player. But for me, I'm happy to grab a secondhand set of clubs from an expat that no longer goes out and plays.
Yeah. Me too.
Right. And I don't care if they're like I learnt on 30-year-old clubs. Back when I was a teenager, they were 1970s, 1980s. I'm comfortable to buy them again, but I know technology changes, so I'd look around. They're not hideously expensive. You can buy a brand new set for 30,000 baht, or a decent set secondhand for 15,000, even cheaper than that. So
cheaper than that, yeah.
Yeah,
depending, especially if I just started hitting stuff, I'd like to have something that was good for my height and weren't beat to crap. That's what I'll use.
I use my great Irish grandfather's golf club.
I had some wooden shafted clubs back in the day, and they're probably worth money now. But then I had what I got lucky was being in the air conditioning business. I had some suppliers and stuff that wanted me to buy stuff from them, obviously. And we'll take you down and get you a brand new set of pings, Dave. You want a set of pings? You want this? You want that? And they loaded me up on graphite shafted, $1 million clubs. Did I play any better? No freaking way. I might have played a little bit worse.
I forget what my cheap set of clubs was.
Mine was TaylorMade.
Yeah, I've had TaylorMade, and I've had pings as well. G'day, Brock. I like the pings because they have a bit better area where it's a little bit more forgiving. The pings I found over the TaylorMades, but yeah, so I'm setting myself up. There's a great video. I haven't watched it yet, but what is it? Tarish Times just Tarish Times just interviewed Bad Badger, and I read it on Badger's Facebook page, where he talks about the importance of having a hobby or two. I mean, it's the same with everybody who's lives in Thailand.
Yeah. But Tony was on Tarish Times.
Yeah. So I saw it. I haven't watched the YouTube. I only saw it yesterday.
I just saw it too. I haven't watched it yet.
Hey, Brock, I saw it on Tony's Facebook page. So,
that's cool.
I saw it on the Facebook page also, because he said something about, watch this and subscribe to this person's YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, I've never watched Tarish. Oh, no, I have watched Tarish Times. I watched him when he interviewed Tim Newton, when Tim Newton departed from the Tiger a year ago. Yeah, that's the only time
I don't know who. Well, I know Tim, but I don't know the name that you just said of the guy. I don't know who that is.
Apparently, he's pretty big, Mitch, isn't he? Yeah, you're the go-to guy. Tarish Times is pretty big following, I think.
Yes, yeah. I could look at my whatchamahui.
I put up the link if you want to come in and say hi, bro. He was gonna come. I sent him the deal, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again next time. Like I said, anybody that wants to come on and rap and whatever. Oh, Brock came in. Let's say hi to him so Mark could say hi before he says bye again. There he is.
Yeah, he's got.
Hey, Brock.
Ah,
Yeah, he's got 8,000. Oh wait, excuse me. Where the hell?
how did I get on here?
You made it.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
Hey,
waiting
Mark.
for.
7,500. Hi, Brock.
I need to have a nostalgia flashback, and I need your wife to either start making meatballs or turning on a blender or something, so that I could flash back to her the good old days when we used to get
Yeah, it's
together.
been
Hope
a
she's well, by the
long
way.
time
Yeah,
since-
occasionally, Ralph. Occasionally, I watch him. So,
Yeah,
but Steve Ross is
47,500.
Steve Ross is a bit. Sometimes he's a bit full on for me, but because I'm very sabai. Anyone
Yeah.
that's ever met me knows that I'm an introvert. I'm very sabai. That I just enjoy a cup of tea and a scone and go into the background. So
Yeah, with Steve and Tim Newton, Grumpy Old Men.
I really like that Tim Newton,
yeah,
and I don't even
he's good.
watch. I don't
do
even
too.
watch the show anymore. The one that he was on.
I don't
And
watch
I don't watch
Tiger.
it.
And I remember Mitch and I are like subscriber number 28 and subscriber number 29, I think. So.
Oh, he's leaving. Okay, I'm leaving too. Seriously, I just it was time. Like he said, it was time.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
Love to
all
have
the
him.
stuff on it. I just liked his.
with him.
I liked his. I liked his attitude. He was always, and the other kids were kids to me. The younger ones that still haven't.
They are.
I
Yeah, they are.
I just don't watch it anymore. But I did watch it when he was on there, and
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of a falling out they had or whatever they had, but obviously it was time to go. But I think he's
Good to
doing
see
good
you,
with
Brock.
this thing.
Good to
Brock's
see you.
eating. Brock's
Yes,
eating
I
meatballs.
thought you might like the background, Mitch.
Yeah, looks familiar.
all right, guys. I'm going to
All right,
love
Mark.
you and leave you. And
Okay,
I'll,
Mark, have a great day. Enjoy
Thank
those
you.
beers with your.
I'll call you. I'll call you tonight. I'll call you tonight after I'm said and done. So
You want to say hello?
Okay.
Say hello,
Sounds
Mitch.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron John,
said hello, Mitch.
Ron John wants to ask you, please don't put him in a timeout. He just
Don't.
wants to.
Yeah, all right. I'm feeling reasonable today, Ron. So I'll
Yeah.
leave you alone.
We're saying bye to Mark. I'm sure that was a fun time. I like Mark.
Yeah.
I think he was one of the first people besides
humor.
that I met here when I came. I think he was the second or third person I met when I came.
Yeah, Natty's a cute gal, Ralph. Yes. Natty.
For Tiger. It still comes up on my thing because I haven't unsubscribed or anything to those guys, but I never click on it to watch.
Yeah, I just have no notifications. I'm still subscribed.
Yeah, I should probably end my notifications. Probably be a good idea. Let's see. Well, I don't know. We've been an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know. There's still 17 people watching. But I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna get something to eat. Watching Brock trying to get something to eat, it made me hungry now. So
Yeah, Cook's been busy in the kitchen cooking lunch for a change instead of meatballs and pork crackle.
I remember those days. What is that, Brock? Oh, she's making this, or she's making that.
Quite sorry.
Quatiao.
Would you like a bowl, Mitch?
I would. I've just made myself 11 more hours away from your house. I like the other drive better.
I gotta get that
a couple of days.
Currently, I'm alone in the house, so Dal went to the market. So you never know.
Now, what do
I
you
mean,
speaking before we go or before we head out? I'll ask a couple of questions. Is how do you like it? I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I know
I'm
what it's
adjusting.
like.
I'm not in. I'm in Chiang Rai, but I'm not in.
Right,
Where the clock
downtown.
tower is. Okay,
Right.
I'm 40 kilometers away from there.
You are. So you're
Yeah, I'm
probably
not.
more
I'm
you're
not
more in
in.
solitude than I am.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
haven't
yeah,
been there,
yeah.
but I probably
I'm
yeah.
not in the village. I'm in a town. I mean, there's a couple of 7-Elevens. There's the banks. There's a Toyota dealer.
Okay, is there a Honda? Is there a
There-
Honda
there's a
dealer?
there's a no.
No.
There's
Oh, it's a
a
small
new
town.
global house, like
Ooh,
2 years old
big
now,
town.
new, that is 2 clicks from me. I mean, 8 minutes there and 5 minutes back because you got to go and
I'll let
make
Mitch answer this. I think I know, but how far are you from Dow's family home?
I am 5 kilometers. Yeah. So, and that is the sticks. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll tell you this. The place that you're at, so that I in my mind know, is it as big or smaller than Ubon? My house in Ubon, not Ubon. My house in Ubon. Similar or
Uh, I I think Ubon has more stuff.
now I'm talking about the where my house is built, where you stayed in the hotel. More stuff there than where you're at.
Oh, I'm literally 1 minute from 7-Eleven.
So,
No,
but
not
is it
yet.
similar to
Everybody's
the?
only a
You're
minute
asking
from
me.
7-Eleven.
I mean, I'm in 2 minutes. I'm in rice fields.
So it's
That way,
you're at my house in Ubon.
yeah,
You stayed in a hotel towards the middle of the village.
yeah.
Compared to that area there? What's it like where you're at now?
Um, where I'm physically at, where my rental house is, it's more built up than where I stayed at the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of temples just down the road. There's 7-Eleven and 5 Star and Lotus and
And you
all
got a
that.
global house, so that's way more than they have there.
Yeah, that's like shit, man. I was there yesterday. Had a yesterday evening. Went over there before they closed and picked up a couple items. And
Yeah, I don't know what I do. We have the Thai Wazadu. I really like my Thai Wazadu.
I got to go to Chiang Rai to go to Thai Wazadu.
Wazadu. I like Thai Wazadu.
Yeah.
But,
So there's some things I'm looking for, and I'm getting some nice picture, Brock. Nice, very nice.
yeah, cement beds. Yeah, they were hard. I think Chuck's still talking
Oh my
about
God,
it.
they were funny. I had my bedspread was a Dory Mountain bedspread.
Look, a bunch of excellent looking people, except for the old guy in the blue shirt in the middle. But the rest of the family looks outstanding.
Yeah, they were.
Just put that full screen, Dave, because my eyes are getting old.
Let's see, how do I do that? No,
Oh, shit, you're driving the bus. I don't know.
I don't know
But
either. Let's see. Can I
wrong
shift
direction.
that? Can I shift that around? Oh, plus shift fry for new layout. Come on, I'm trying everything. I don't know how to do it.
That's okay. Once you learn.
Well, I can see part of them. That's just me. But how do I?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm pressing all these buttons. Wish I knew.
All
But
those girls.
now, where is that at? Is that your place there, Brock? In Thailand?
Yeah, that's my place. That's the cabaret girls from my wife's birthday party a year or so ago.
Ah,
So those girls aren't girls.
no girls.
Brock has a beautiful home, and I think a wonderful neighborhood. I mean, yeah, I could slip right into that environment real easy.
And that's
you
where
could, Mitch. They would. You'd settle in there quite well.
Yeah, yeah. Up here, I mean, I'm still adjusting, okay, but I feel not homesick, but in Padia, Crazy Town, Jumtiem, everything is 5 minutes away. Immigration's 5 minutes away. This Mexican, whatever, what store? Taiwatsu, there's 2 of them. There's Honda, Toyota dealerships, Big Bike, Big Wing, little,
See, I've never been there. I want to go there.
I mean,
I've never been there.
50 shirt store makers on Soibu Cow alone.
Oh, you're talking about? I'm talking about Chiang Mai or Rai, whatever. I've never been there.
Chiang Rai, I haven't. I literally have to go up there because it's hard to find stuff on the internet, because they may show, oh, we have this, but I'll have Dow call them and they say, oh, no, we have to order. We will have to order from Bangkok or whatever. And I'm like, no, I want to put my hands on this thing before I buy it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of struggling with that frustration of, but that's all part of the adventure. That's all part of it gets the chemicals working in the brain again.
What about restaurants? What about restaurants?
Haven't been to any restaurants, sit down restaurants. I've been to the neighbors for dinner. We had Mexican, and I have a American 65-year-old American man from his last home was in California. He's married to the landlord's daughter.
Yeah.
And they live, I'm in a 6-house development, and they live 3 doors down with the old lady. Actually, the daughter that lives in Pizzanalo owns this complex, the other sister. And so they rent, and probably don't pay rent, but anyway, but they're going to build a house. The American guy and his wife are going to build a house. The lot's cleared, but they're waiting for the dirt to settle at the end of this. So when you drive in my little dead end, I'm the first house on the left, which is great. And then a few houses on either side. And then there's a larger vacant lot. I'd say the size of your lot in Surin.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but they're going to build a house there. They'll probably start in about 3 months. They're waiting a long enough time for the ground to settle. I checked out 2 different bars, and I just didn't want them. The staff was too cute. I would have gotten in trouble. There's Sizzlers in Chiang Rai. I mean, there's all that. There's a Central Mall and all that up in the big city. But where I'm at, no. There's none of that kind of stuff. There's the local market. The most prominent thing, convenient thing would be the couple of 7-Elevens, Global House, and Lotus. And next to the Lotus, there's a DIY store.
Ah, you got everything then, Global House and DIY.
Yeah, but
it doesn't sound bad.
I want some. I have to search Lazada and buy shit. You know what I mean? When I pull into my carport, I've got steel poles on one side and a brick wall on the other. And you know how they build things here. They're like just enough room, right? So if I don't park my truck dead nuts, I'm going to hit my door on the block wall, right? So I bought me some, because everything's steel above it. I bought some magnets with a hook on them, right? Neo medium or whatever you call them, magnets. And the other day I centered that on my steering column. Magnet, string, tennis ball, right? Yeah. So I just whip in, and when that tennis ball taps my windshield, I can open my door and let go of it. And I've got 2 inches of room, and the other side the plants are cut short, so they goes right over those plants. So just shit like that, you know what I mean? But it took me
My uncle
forever
had one.
to find the freaking string. I just wanted some straight line string that you use when you're building a block wall or building a fence, you know, that orange twine.
Right.
Global House doesn't have it. They've got cotton, you know, string, and the do-it-yourself store didn't have it, all that shit. So I had to order it on Lazada. And of course, the picture doesn't really do it justice. It's like, it's strong, but it's freaking, it's thin as shit, right? So this is a number 6. So I ordered number 24, which is going to be, this was like $1.50, free shipping. So I'll use it for something. But I mean, I can break it if I really pull hard. But I like the larger string, the twine. I'm just used to having that shit, you know. Just little things like that.
All right. It's almost, we're creeping
No
up on
string.
2 hours. I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know how many meters this thing is, but I'll never use it.
Go fishing.
You'll use it forever, Mitch.
You could use this in a sewing machine.
Yeah.
It's that small.
Well, it's that thin, huh? Wow.
And I'm not talking a serger where you're making some Mac Daddy leather goods. I mean, this is you can actually use it in a. Yeah, but so right now I have the cotton string out there, and I'm waiting for my real string to come, and I'm going to swap it out.
My uncle had that in his garage for his
It's not
Cadillac.
like the end of the world. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world.
He did that with the tennis ball in his garage with his Cadillac. It just barely fit in the garage, so he pulled it up and had that hit that windshield and knew right when to stop.
Yeah. It's just I don't like to think. I don't want to have to think. My keys. I always put my keys in the same spot.
My truck's got like 30 cameras on it. You hit a button and it gives you a 365-degree view and how far you're from this and how. That truck's amazing. I'll die and I'll never know how to operate everything on that freaking storm track. No way.
Well, shit, I don't know. I mentioned it in the group chat about. I don't even check my mileage. You know what I mean? I got all that crap on the truck, and
mine tells me
what's I just know when it fills up, it says you got this many kilometers.
What's 10.5? Mine pops up all the time. 10.5 liters per, or 10.5 kilometers per liter. What is that? Anybody know? How much would that be per gallon?
I have no idea, but I've got that information. I've managed to. Wait,
I like my storm track, man.
Thanks, Ron.
I don't know how to figure that out.
That storm track, holy crap. It's
a nice truck, man. I dig my truck.
I love my Toyota. I mean, I really.
It's a nice truck, no doubt.
I like it. And after getting washed yesterday, but the day before, it's like, oh my god.
All right. So what did I say? I said
paint on the guy. I mean,
0.5.
The guy went
roughly 40 kilometers a gallon, Dave.
40 kilometers a gallon. So 40 kilometers, how many miles?
4 times 6 is 20. Is
36.
So 36.
36 really? Miles to the gallon? That's not bad. It's pretty good, right?
That's great.
Yeah, I got 9.6 pulling the trailer. And I get 10.5.
I have to look. I'll play with the dash and figure it out.
I'm sure it'll give
everything I've done. The owner's manual is all about the screen thingy.
Oh, is it?
There's nothing about. There's no owner's manual with specs and how many quarts of oil.
You know where my owner's manual is? My owner manual is in that center console. You push a deal, go to manual, and it's all computer readout.
Oh, okay.
You can read the whole damn manual from right there sitting in the truck. There's no way that I will ever get to even figure out, because it's got mine. I don't know about yours. Mine's got you can take your hands off the wheel and the thing will stay in the center of the lanes, and it'll tell you put your hands back on the freaking steering wheel. And you got to
Dude, my
put your
truck's
hands
8
back
years
on.
old.
It's what,
Yeah.
8?
It's not autopilot,
Yeah,
though.
it's a
This thing,
2000.
it tells you to put it on there. It'll tell you if you go out and you're drifting and stuff, it'll tell you maybe you better pull over and take a rest. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's got that intelligent,
kind of like that too.
yeah, that intelligent cruise control. It comes up, it'll slow down and go do whatever you want. It's a little bit touchy. I'm sure there's some ways you can adjust it. If I'm pulling up on a car and I get too close, but I'm still braking, I know I got plenty of room. My whole dash lights up red. Collision. I'm going,
Holy shit.
I got plenty of room.
Pull up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, terrain.
Bitching Betty.
It's the 36 miles. I got no complaint with that.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I was just going to mention the car wash. There was a couple of months ago when I was up here, I found that this car wash was like, oh my God, they did a wonderful job. It was like four guys and 2 gals crawling all over, washing the shit out of everything. They put all the mats out, even the insert aftermarket mats, washed everything, scrubbed everything down. I mean, it was just like, oh my God. And it was $200 baht. And
I think I paid $230 or $240.
I gave all the, I don't want to sound like oh, I'm so special, but I gave everyone a nice tip. Okay.
Yeah.
It costs more than the car wash. And then,
just got a new one up the street, which
they actually, they shut down. I thought it was closed because of Songkran, but they're actually shut down. So the one I went to yesterday is actually closer, and I feel pretty confident it's not going to close down because the owner has it's an inspection station, where you go in for your license and get your emission, the safety check for Thai vehicles over a certain age.
Right.
He's got that freestanding building, and then in the back, he's got his car wash. So they did a Mac Daddy job too.
Yeah, this one's right up the street from, because the other one was like going to Bobby's. Bobby's took me about maybe 15 minutes to drive over there. Mine's close though.
The landlady, when I moved in, she said, "Oh, you can," in Thai to Dow to me, "you can come borrow my hose and my bucket and stuff, and you can wash your truck." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." You know how many work trucks and work vans and my own personal vehicles I've washed over the years? I just don't. I mean, I'm too lazy. I take the bike to get washed.
I'm the same way.
Fuck it. I mean,
I got in
for
trouble
100 baht and patio for 100 baht, they'll make my Aerox look brand new.
I got in trouble when I took the car to a car wash because they could see I'd washed it myself and there was still water streaks on it. And they said, that's bad. Don't do that.
That's probably right. Let's see.
There was a time when every Saturday morning, I enjoyed going out and washing my rig,
like Ron was just saying, and where I saw that was one of Chuck's videos again when he was there. What's his friend, the lady that has the husband, the lady that has the man and the lady that have the boat. Anyway, she did what I was doing there. You could be able to go and pay $20 or $30 a month, and you could get your car washed as many times as you wanted to. And her, one of the videos that Chuck did, that's what she did to get her car washed.
No, I use PTT oil, full synthetic, 530.
I haven't done. I take mine straight to Ford because I'm still under warranty. So they do mine.
So I don't know what it had before, whatever, but that's what I use. And this shop up here has the PTT, Mac, and then the PTT Mac Daddy, whatever, but they didn't have the gold, the PTT full synthetic, whatever. And they said, I can go buy it at PTT or whatever, and for 150 baht, they'll change my oil
Really?
and put a new filter on. So I mean,
Can't
it's like,
beat that. I guess I'm gonna
I
have to
was like,
find it.
I said, what
I'll probably
about?
take mine.
I said, I want to grease my Zerks, right? I want to put some freaking grease on this thing, because I don't know if the previous owner did any of that kind of shit or whatever. And
Right.
we first pulled it in over a stall, like at a Jiffy Lube or whatever.
Right.
You're underneath, and I was like, shit, I wanted to put it on the lift like the last place in patio, so I can poke around and look at shit,
Right.
And so I said, I want my grease fittings. I literally had to show them a picture of a Zerk fitting, had to show them a fucking grease gun, and they're still looking confused. Like, what does this guy want? And I'm explaining it to Dow, and she's like,
You don't have a clue.
why do they get it? And then the guy said, I put up here, and it was expensive. It was 10 baht a fitting, but they put it up and they turned my front wheel and they go, look, nothing, because the transaxle there, it's freaking sealed from the factory, right? I said, no. Come. I'm pointing at the fucking drive shaft, between here to the transfer case, and from the transfer case to the front end, there's grease fittings. It was like, you know what I mean? So then
I'll probably end up just taking mine. I don't know what do they suggest. Like, I know on the full synthetic oils, aren't they like saying 12,000 miles or some shit?
Yeah, it's like, how do they not know? There was a Kubota.
No, I'm talking about how long of your intervals on that gold whatever, because I know some of this fully synthetic say 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 miles. 10,000? Is that what it is?
Mine's 10,000, but
Okay.
I don't go 10,000.
No, I won't either. But Ford, they wanted to know, and the last one was my second, I don't know how many kilometers or whatever.
Yeah,
it was my second service, and he asked if I wanted to change the oil, and I said,
full synthetic
yes,
is 10,000, and the PTT full synthetic gold is 10,000.
It's 10,000. Okay.
But I'll do 6, 7. I'll start thinking. I'll literally set a reminder in my phone. Say, just like I do with my immigration thing, I send a 90-day check-in. I set 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days, 1 day reminder. So
I got to do mine. I should do that.
I got to do immigration next month. You know what I mean? Because I forget shit like that.
Frog oil.
So I'll do that with the oil change, and on the calendar I put, got it. This was the oil I used. This is the mileage. I take a picture of mileage on it when I did it. So change it at this mileage at the latest, But there was a Kubota tractor parked between the stalls outside, right? I went out and I went, look, grease fitting. They
didn't know what you were talking about.
It looked like I had seen a fucking alien starship,
All right, it's been over 2 hours now. I think I'm going to end, and I'm going to go into my mother-in-law's walked by twice now, or not my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. And
frog oil,
See what
probably will
up.
last 3 times longer.
Yeah. Don't listen to me. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming, Brock. Glad you could make it. I don't know. Maybe we'll do after another time, because I'm going to go in, Mitch. And unless you got something you want to rap about.
No, go ahead and go. Just send me at your earliest convenience a link or a whatever of that green screen you got behind you.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. All right, everybody. Let's play Richard's outro. Who if you haven't watched his channel, he's done by given me and done and produced and for nothing. Richard of Richard Travels in my intro and outro on the live streams.
Take
I
care,
want to thank
everyone.
Rob.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard's mum.
Yeah, I'm
And,
Richard's mom.
Richard's mom.
Yeah, hopefully everything's going.
Thanks
I'm
for
sure
having
it
me on,
is going good. What's that?
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. Like I said, well, I'm going to put it up in the chat every time, and we'll all get on here and bullshit. So everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Maybe now I can have my lunch.
Lunchtime.